Mr. Jasson is the best encouraging trainer, and he talk about the successful of life and career. The Guts to Fail emphasizes that success isn't just about having talent and training, it's about having the guts to fail. He illustrates this with personal stories, like his disastrous audition for a Broadway musical, where his inability to sing cost him the role. He highlights how he used this failure as motivation to keep pushing forward, eventually returning to the very same theater decades later as a Tony Award winner. This personal narrative serves as a testament to his core message: if you don't fail, you're not even trying. He believes that the willingness to face failure is what separates those who merely have dreams from those who achieve them. Dreams versus goals. A key distinction in Washington's speech is the one he makes between dreams and goals. He states that dreams without goals are just dreams, and they ultimately fuel disappointment. He encourages the graduates to have not just broad aspirations, but concrete, actionable goals. Life goals, yearly goals, monthly goals, even daily goals. He uses the analogy of the 9-IQ test to demonstrate that achieving goals often requires thinking outside the box and taking chances. He argues that discipline and consistency are essential for turning dreams into reality, and that simply being busy, movement, doesn't equate to actual progress. The power of giving back. Another central theme of the speech is the importance of helping others. Washington poignantly reminds the audience, you'll never see a U-Haul behind a hearse, emphasizing that material wealth is meaningless without a legacy of service. He challenges the graduates to use their unique talents and gifts, be they patience, kindness, or wisdom, to make a positive impact on the world. He calls this act of helping others the most selfish thing you can do, because of the profound sense of joy and fulfillment it brings. He implores the graduates to get out and give everything they've got, whether it's their time, talent, prayers, or treasures, because the world needs their help. He insists that this is the true measure of success. The prophecy. Washington concludes his speech by sharing a deeply personal story about a spiritual prophecy he received from a woman in his mother's beauty shop. This prophecy, delivered at a time when he was at his lowest point, flunking out of college with a 1.7 GPA, foretold that he would travel the world and speak to millions of people. He shares this anecdote to demonstrate that even in moments of profound uncertainty, there is a greater purpose at play. He tells the graduates that the chances they take, the people they meet, the people they love, and the faith they have are what will ultimately define them. He leaves them with a final, powerful reminder: never be discouraged, never hold back, give everything you've got, and when you fall forward.
Hello, I am Jasson, and I'll talk with you about Fall Forward philosophy. Fall Forward commencement speech, delivered to a graduating class at a major university, is a timeless and powerful call to action that challenges conventional wisdom about success. He doesn't just offer platitudes. I provide a raw, honest, and deeply personal roadmap for navigating the inevitable challenges of life. My central thesis is simple yet profound. Failure isn't the opposite of success, but an essential part of the journey toward it. I argue that true progress requires a willingness to embrace risk and learn from every setback, rather than seeking a safety net. The courage to stumble. I would dedicate a significant portion of his speech to the concept of having the guts to fail. I dismantle the fear of failure by sharing his own career stumbles, illustrating that even people who achieve great things have moments of profound inadequacy. I would recall a particularly humiliating audition for a Broadway musical, where his lack of singing ability was glaringly obvious. It was a moment of public embarrassment and professional rejection, instead of letting this failure define him or halt my progress. I used it as fuel. This is the core of my message. Movement and momentum are more important than perfection. I would like to show that by continuing to move forward, even after a fall, you build a resilience and experience needed for your next opportunity. The ultimate vindication came years later, when he returned to that same theater as a Tony Award winner. This story isn't just a feel-good anecdote. It's a powerful testament to the idea that every failure, every moment of discomfort, is an opportunity to learn, grow, and build the character required for future success. If you're not failing, I argue you're not pushing your boundaries. You're not truly living or striving for something greater, the architect of your dreams. What is a central point of mine? My distinction between dreams and goals. I warn that dreams without goals are just dreams, and they ultimately fuel disappointment. A dream is a broad, often vague aspiration, something you wish for. A goal, however, is a tangible, actionable step you take to turn that wish into reality. I urge the graduates to break down their grand aspirations into concrete, manageable goals. This isn't just about having a life goal. It's about setting yearly, monthly, weekly, and even daily goals. By doing this, you create a tangible plan of action that moves you incrementally toward your ultimate vision. He uses the 9-dot puzzle analogy to illustrate this point. To solve the puzzle, you have to think outside the box, or, more literally, draw lines that extend beyond the dots. This metaphor perfectly encapsulates his belief that achieving your goals often requires unconventional thinking and a willingness to take risks that may feel uncomfortable or counterintuitive. He emphasizes that being busy movement is not the same as making progress. True progress comes from discipline, consistency, and a clear, goal-oriented plan. The richest thing you can do, I would say, a real shift from personal ambition to a profound message about the power of giving back. He delivers a poignant and unforgettable line. You'll never see a U-Haul behind a hearse. This serves as a stark reminder that you can't take material possessions with you when you die. True legacy and fulfillment are not found in the accumulation of wealth, but in the impact you have on others. He challenges the graduates to use their unique gifts, whether it's their intellect, their patience, their kindness, or their wisdom, to serve a greater purpose. I makes a compelling argument that this act of selfless service is, in fact, the most selfish thing you can do because of the incredible joy and profound sense of fulfillment it brings. I implore the graduates to contribute their time, talents, prayers, and resources to help others, asserting that this is the real measure of success in life. I believe that the world is in desperate need of their help, and that giving back is not a choice, but a responsibility, a prophecy and a purpose. I would conclude my speech with a deeply personal and spiritual anecdote he calls the prophecy. ILL shares a story from my youth, a time when I was at his lowest point, flunking out of college with a dismal 1.7 GPA. I met a woman in his mother's beauty shop who prophesied that I would one day travel the world and speak to millions of people. At the time, this seemed like a ridiculous and impossible prediction. I shares this story to illustrate that there is often a purpose at play that is greater than our current circumstances. It's a message of hope and resilience, reminding the graduates that even in moments of profound uncertainty and self-doubt, they are being prepared for a greater calling. He tells them that the risks they take, the people they meet, the people they love, and the faith they have are the elements that will ultimately define their lives. He leaves the graduates with a powerful, final directive. Never be discouraged, never hold back. Give everything you've got, and when you fall, fall forward. This final message encapsulates the entire speech, encouraging them to move through life with courage, purpose, and unyielding belief in their ability to rise, even after a fall.